So we're currently faced with a global problem of catastrophic proportions. You know, we have too many people, not enough water, not enough food. And we can't solve that alone as GroGuru. What we're doing, we're focused on a portion of that problem, which is optimal irrigation is required to consistently maximize crop yield while at the same time save water and other scarce resources in a sustainable way. And we've developed a breakthrough technology that allows farmers to more consistently get the maximum crop yield while saving water and make more money. So what do farmers do today? A number of different things that are really suboptimal in terms of irrigation management and expensive. Only about 10% of the US market and even less of the global market currently use soil sensors. And they get significant benefits from that in terms of yield improvement and water savings. But today, all the alternative soil moisture sensors on the market have cables that go from the sensors in the ground to the above ground communications, the above ground telemetry. And in annual field crops like corn, soybeans, wheat, sorghum, this requires you to annually install and remove these sensors, which has significant limitations and a lot of cost and inconvenience. So GroGuru has solved that problem, and this is how we do it. We've developed a wireless underground technology that can communicate through the soil, has 5-year battery life, and connects to any soil sensor, our own or third-party sensors. That transmits over our proprietary wireless underground technology to an above-ground bridge that bridges onto a LoRa network, and then it goes to a base unit and communicates to the cloud over LTE. In the cloud, we add other information like soil type, crop type, and weather information to basically apply machine learning and make recommendations to farmers about when and how much to irrigate. And we provide that information on a very simple to use user interface for the farmers. And then our next generation of technology, the above ground unit, goes mobile on a drone. So what does this mean in terms of the value for the customer? First, the total cost of ownership is significantly reduced, but more importantly, the scalability is dramatically increased. And what I mean by that is our product has a 5-year battery life, so you only have to need to install it once every 5 years, and you can do it during the dormant season, the 6 months when the crops aren't in the ground. The current solutions, you have to install and remove those in a very narrow window at the time of seeding and harvest, and you have to do that every single year. You'd have to deploy the National Guard twice a year, every single year, just in the state of Nebraska to get soil sensors with cables in and out of the ground for the 8 million acres of corn just in that state. Obviously, that's not practical. But once you have soil sensors, you get significant improvements in yield. And then with permanent install, you have data continuity. So basically, you're able to get season-to-season variability and beginning-of-season data, which is very important. With data aggregation, you get information about same crop types or similar crop types in the same region to get even more improved yield. So typical results, even with current soil sensors, is a 10% increase in yield and a 20% decrease in input costs, so the payback period is less than 1 growing season. Our business model, we sell hardware and we have an annual subscription for the software, but it's likely that we'll move to a lease subscription on the hardware as the volume gets larger. We sell directly to farmers with our direct sales force and manufacturers reps, and we're currently building out a dealer network that goes online later this year. Market's huge, $2 billion in the US and $20 billion globally. And the more important thing is that the vast majority of these crops are field crops where GroGuru has a significant advantage versus the alternatives in the market. We're currently deploying products. As of the first of the month, we've deployed nearly 300 of our first generation systems, predominantly in California, and we started deploying the wireless underground solution earlier this year. So we've deployed 40 of those systems, predominantly in the Midwest. And we're planning to ramp that significantly in the fall after the harvest. We did $150,000 in revenue last year. We're forecasting to do north of $1 million in revenue this year and significantly ramp in 2020 to greater than $5 million in revenue. We have an exceptional team that has technical expertise in wireless communication, machine learning, soil sensor technology, and crop science. And we also have a team that's worked for a number of different startups where we've had basically a capability to take things from early stage through growth, through multiple exits. And in fact, I've taken a company public and drove it to $1 billion valuation. We're currently in the process of raising our $5 million Series A round. We've raised a total of $2 million in seed financing. We'll use that financing to drive additional manufacturing capacity, product development, and expand our sales channels and accelerate revenue. I think one of the big things about GroGuru is we're doing something very important from a sustainability standpoint, in addition to driving new technology that helps farmers. If you're an investor or farmer, definitely talk to me.